Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy. Also awesome asexual perspectives, 47 asexual stories. So tonight we're going to crack on with tonight's show, and in tonight's episode I want to talk to you about what it's like for an asexual heteroromantic girl, that's me, to speak to a homoromantic asexual guy. Now, this guy is not any ordinary guy. He is Indian. And if you followed my channel, you'll know that I believe my romantic soulmate's Indian, right? And if you're not familiar with the terms heteroromantic and homoromantic, let me explain. Heteroromantic is a person who's attracted to the opposite gender or sex, right? So in my case, I'm born female. I'm attracted to guys, right? My friend, my Indian friend, is homoromantic. This means he is attracted to the same gender or sex. He's attracted to guys, basically. So I'm attracted to guys, he's attracted to guys, right? So obviously he's not my romantic asexual soulmate that I continue to look for, because he can't be in a relationship with me or want to be in a relationship with me because he's interested in guys, just like I'm interested in guys. But what is it like for a girl like me, who's a hyper-romantic asexual girl, to actually video chat with a homoromantic Indian guy when you know that I really, really like Indian guys? So let me say that this friend of mine, I haven't known him that long. He said it's been about a month now, so the time's really flown by. And I have to say that we have a spiritual connection, I would say. You know, I think it's fair to say that. I think he would agree with that as well. And from the moment we started messaging, we hit it off friendship-wise. You know, we were talking, messaging backwards and forwards of voice messaging, but I hadn't actually video chatted with him at that point. Hello, Liam. Hey, Sandra, sweetheart. Great to see you. Lots of love to see you as well. Lovely to see you. I wasn't on last night's stream because I was doing so much training. I'm doing 2 training courses at the moment, back to back, and I did create my erogenicity channel last night as well, part of the challenge. So I have got that other channel that's created, but I haven't uploaded any videos to that. So that's for people who are sex positive asexuals and who like sex and doing passionate sensual stuff with or without the sex, that channel. But this channel I'm still doing because I'm obviously still asexual and not interested in sex for me. So yeah, I was I finally got to speak to my homoromantic asexual Indian guy friend. And so we've been previously chatting in messages and voice messaging via Facebook. And so, you know, it was really, really nice because we've been keeping in contact most days, which has been lovely. They're really, really busy with their projects. And I have to say, one thing that's really good about them is they are very, very active, you know, like an activist for LGBT plus community, anyone that considers themselves queer, basically. This is a person that really supports them in India, that really gets the word out, that sticks up for different people's rights, you know, different LGBT plus rights. And so I'm really, really proud of all the work he's doing. Now, this Indian guy friend is 22, so you know that I like younger Indian guys. And even though he's not romantically suited to me, because he's interested in guys and I'm clearly not a guy, we get on very well as friends. So far, so good. Obviously, it's early days, but so far, so good. And you know, like I said, I think we've got this spiritual connection. We seem to connect really well. And it's really wonderful to be talking to someone who's young, in their 20s, who's Indian, obviously, because, you know, I feel like I am meant to be with an Indian guy in a romantic sense, which obviously isn't him. But it's just nice for me to be able to talk to other Indian guys, and one that's really, really nice and kind-hearted, you know, got a nice soul. And also with his age as well, 22 is very advanced for his age and his years, very, very intelligent, doing a lot to help the world, especially in India. And so, you know, it's really nice to be speaking to someone who's more on my age wavelength, you know, my soul age wavelength. And, you know, we just really vibe and resonate with each other very well. well. So I'm really, really pleased with that, you know. So you might have followed me on this channel for a while. No, I'm a hyperromantic. And I can get feelings for my friends because I don't experience any platonic attraction. So most asexuals, they experience platonic attraction, which means they have a phase they go through when they meet someone, and they'll just think of them as a friend. They, you know, they'll have like, you know, they won't just have develop some feelings of more than friendship for them. They'll just have like a really like nice banter, camaraderie, companionship type of feelings. I don't tend to get that very often. I tend to jump straight from feeling like meeting someone to having romantic feelings for them very quickly. And this can happen to people who are just my friends. I can end up getting aesthetically attracted to them, romantically, spiritually. Now with this guy, I said we have a spiritual connection, but I wouldn't say it's spiritual attraction. So spiritual attraction is when you're attracted to someone spiritually, as in you want to be in a relationship with them because you feel a spiritual connection and they are a soulmate who you're meant to be in a relationship with. Whereas a spiritual connection is someone you're connected to spiritually that you might have known in a previous life, but that's meant to be kind of in your life and you're supposed to support each other. But it's, you know, it's not necessarily of a romantic nature, which with me and him, it's not a romantic nature because, you know, we're both into guys, they're a guy. But luckily for me, they have a lot of facial hair. Now, I've explained aesthetic attraction to you before, but in case you didn't know what it is, aesthetic attraction is when you look at a person and you're attracted to their looks, basically their hair color, their face, you know, their frame, maybe their body shape, that type of thing. So for me, with Indian guys, I get attracted to guys who've got short, dark hair and clean shaven. That's my really top attraction. And thankfully, my friend's got like a big beard and not much hair on top, even though his personality is very attractive as a person, you know. So that really helps me as a hyperromantic, heteroromantic to not have romantic feelings for him because he's got so much facial hair. And usually for me, aesthetic attraction and romantic attraction often go together. So because I don't find him so aesthetic attractive, because he wouldn't be my usual type that I would be aesthetic attracted to, that really, really helps me to not be hyper romantic over him, to be able to talk to him as a friend without having those feelings. Is it hard? It is a little bit hard. The only little bit that's hard is because we get on so well, and basically, you know, we do have a spiritual connection. Like I said, it's more spiritual connection, not attraction, which is really nice. And you know, the thing that struck me is when we first started video chat, he said that I was pretty. Now, obviously, as a homoromantic person that's into guys, that's attracted to guys, that to me is, as a hyperromantic, asexual, heteroromantic girl, it's kind of difficult to understand. But I do get, not just him, I've had gay guys, you know, that are not asexual. I've had gay guys finding me very attractive in my looks, very beautiful in my looks. And I don't really understand the logical thing behind that, because to me it means you experience aesthetic attraction with women, yet you're attracted to guys in every other way, you see. So I still think they have some attraction to women. So for me, it's kind of like, I don't really understand that, but it's a nice compliment anyway, you know. And he said that I look like a Barbie doll, and I had someone ASAP say the same thing to me, but I originally thought it was insulting because I'm like, Barbie's like fake, she's a doll, she's fake, and I don't like fake people. But the guy on ASAP said, no, I meant you're so pretty, that's why you said you look like Barbie. And my homoromantic friend said the same thing. Like, he said that, oh, you look like a Barbie because you are pretty, which obviously is kind of strange to me coming from a guy who's an asexual gay guy, basically. But I thought it was really nice. And he said that that I look better in real life, even more better than I do in my pictures, and that my hair is like Indian silk, and really loves my hair, which is really nice, you know. And he commented on my photograph today saying gorgeous, which is really nice. So I guess I get people who are attracted to me who are, you know, like gay, you know. I don't know why, I seem to be universally good looking or something, which is nice, you know. I think it's complimentary, but I always have to remind myself this guy is just my friend. And he's really good like that because he does mention friend a lot. He says, I'm your good friend. We're good friends. And I've done videos on this channel before that said, if you are hyperromantic asexual, one of the things that's really good to get your friends to do is keep saying they're your friend. I'm a good friend. We're really good friends. Because by saying friend all the time, it reminds you that they're not romantically attracted to you. They are just your friend. So it's very important, especially if they're attracted to the gender that you're not. You know, you can't be with them because they're not attracted to your gender, even if they might find you attractive in some ways. So when I was in heterosexual relationships and living in more of that heterosexual life, if you know what I mean, even though I was asexual, didn't realise it. You know, in the heteronormative, heterosexual world, if some guy starts saying you look good and you're attractive, they usually want a relationship with you. They're usually interested in kissing you. They're usually interested in being intimate with you physically. So when an asexual guy who is homoromantic says stuff like that to me, you know, it's kind of like strange to me. But I've got a gay friend and their other friends gay and saw a picture of me and my gay friend together and they both think I'm really good looking and hot. And it's kind of like very weird to me. It's kind of really strange. I'm like, because I'm hetero and I'm not into women at all. So I don't look at a woman and think they're good looking because I'm not interested in women. I sometimes I'm like, well, that person would be quite beautiful, I guess, for guys. I can see why a lot of guys would like her looks, but I never think she's like gorgeous or pretty because it's like not why the way I think because I'm not attracted to them. Do you know what I mean? So I do find that very, very interesting. But I have to say the video chat we had was beautiful. It was about 3.5 hours long. The time just flew by, and you know, I really connected with them on like a spiritual level. And like I said, the difference between spiritual attraction, spiritual connection, spiritual attraction is more of a attraction, as in the sense you're attracted to be in a relationship with them. You're attracted to, you know, like for me anyway, spiritual attraction, you know, like if I was looking for a guy to be in a relationship with, I would need spiritual attraction ideally, you know, why I would think I would be spiritually attracted to them, like, and then me, like, we feel we've known each other in previous lives and we should be together romantically because we're spiritually connected. Whereas that's spiritual attraction, whereas spiritual actual just connection is that you're connected on a really deep understanding way. Maybe you did know each other in a previous life, but there's no attraction, as in no wish or want to be in a relationship together. It's just that you mutually respect each other, care about each other, and are on the same wavelength. If that's, do you understand what I mean? You're on this, when you've got a spiritual connection, like on the same wavelength, they're very familiar to you, even though you haven't known them very long. Whereas spiritual attraction is a type of it's like you're attracted to them and you want to be in a relationship with them because they are spiritually connected to you in like a romantic way, for example, you know? So I think it's very important that you are understanding there's really lots of different types of attraction, and asexuals can have lots of different types of attraction despite not experiencing any sexual attraction, as they're on the more grey end of the asexual spectrum. So, you know, it was wonderful for me to be able to connect with an Indian guy and got on so well with them. They are 22, you wouldn't even think they are, and they're very intelligent, really nice to talk to. Like when we talk, it's like there's no age difference at all. It's really, really, really interesting, you know. If anything, though, I'm younger. I've always said that. Obviously, if I get with an Indian guy, actually in the relationship, I'll be the younger one as well, because I like young stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I'd probably say that I'm a bit younger, maybe quite a bit younger, because I like a lot of cuddly toys and fluffy things and sparkly things, and I like no negative adult stuff at all. Cut it all out. So I mean, it's really, really nice. I got to video chat with them. I think we'll do it again at some point. We both make time for each other because we've got really busy lives. And I think, you know, when you have a good connection with someone, you make more time for them because you know that it's worthwhile and meaningful to actually have those conversations in person. And when you speak to someone on video camera, it does cement your friendship a lot more, you know. And I did think it was nice they thought I was pretty. I mean, you know, it is very nice. Like they seem to be like, wow, you're much better looking in real life. And I've actually had a Pakistani friend. I used to have a Pakistani friend I used to be really close to. They studied in my city. They're married with a kid. They live back in their own country now. But it was just really nice because they said to me as well that I'm so better looking in real life than my picture, and I'm good looking in my picture. So obviously I must be better looking in real life. I mean, I don't really go and think that deep about my looks and stuff, but I look nice. But it's really really nice experience, and I just think it's so good for me and my friend to connect with each other. I think it's really good as well for me because obviously I've told you on this channel before that I believe my actual soulmate to be in a relationship with is Indian. And the more I talk to my Indian friend, the more I could see how it would be possible to be with obviously a different guy in terms of a relationship, and for it to just work really well because I've got the experience of me getting on with them at the 22-year age, which I like Indian guys at 21 to 24 ideally for a relationship. So obviously we're not compatible for a relationship, but it's nice for me to have the experience of connecting with a 22-year-old who is really advanced for their years, really intelligent, really doing a lot of good stuff. And you don't really notice that age, like I said, difference apart from I'm much younger. And it's just really nice to be able to talk to someone on my wavelength, my age group that I believe I am. And it's just really nice to have that, really nice to be able to get on so well, really nice to be able to support each other, and to, they're very, very good at, saying what they mean and believe and think. And I'm like that as well. I'm very direct, like I've been honest on this channel and say my mission is to get asexuality recognised as sexual orientation throughout the globe in its own right. And that I feel that we should be very much recognised as asexuals. Asexuality should be recognised separately to LGBT, even though I know Heartbex were LGBT plus QIA, but I think asexuality should stand on its own right to be recognised by predominantly, heterosexuals, for example, who don't understand the difference if we're just clumped with LGBT, so that people can understand there's people that don't want sex, because obviously LGBT people, they are, all sexually attracted to people, lesbian, gays, bisexuals are all sexually attracted to people, whereas asexuals aren't. And that's a huge distinction that sexuals won't understand if we're just seen as being part of LGBT, and that's it in their mind, in what they understand, because they don't understand asexuality. And my job is to get asexuality recognised in its own right, to help prevent raping, to help prevent sexual abuse, because all society is geared is towards people who want sex, need sex, and have to have sex. Right, and the whole message is you have to have sex in order to be loved and be healthy and happy in a relationship, which is a load of rubbish. So whereas LGBT people, they're still having sex, they're still enjoying it, they're still sexually attracted, right? There's no difference in terms of the sexual attraction, where they're heterosexual, pansexual, bisexual, homosexual, they're all sexually attracted to people a lot, usually quite a lot of the time as well. Whereas asexual is completely different. There has to be something done to recognise there are people in the world that just don't want sex, they don't like it, and they're not broken, there's nothing wrong with them. And for sexuals, they're not going to understand that unless they see it separately. I think we should work with LGBT people. I've got gay and lesbian friends. Like I said, my homoromantic asexual friend is a gay asexual, but I really like it, the fact that I was very direct with them and did say that this is my personal mission when, before we even video chatted, because I won't do something that doesn't feel right to me, and I will speak my mind, I will speak my own mission and my own truth. I won't go along just with the masses, like I've been on training this week for several days, and in the training I've just been on, there was people just saying things for the sake of saying things in the chat. There was an offer and there was only 7 places for this offer, and I knew that at this point in my time in my life, I'm not ready to do that because I don't feel it's right for me. My intuition says don't go for that at the moment. It's not feeling right. Probably in years to come or later, or in some other circumstances, that type of thing might be right for me to do, because I see myself working with that person in the future. They're not at the moment, right? And the thing is, I will not say stuff just for the sake of it. I won't say stuff just to be someone's friend. So someone that appreciates and likes me for who I am, well, they don't, right? And I think with me and them, my Indian homoromantic friend, we respect each other, like he's got his mission, which is very, very much to do with the whole queer community, LGBT plus, including asexuals as well, and really helping people to have their human rights, to have their views expressed. And I really support them. I mean, I think they're incredible. And I'm glad that we are friends, because I think we can work together in the sense of supporting each other. Like, they can have my support with, with thinking that what they're doing for the queer community and LGBT is wonderful, and they can think what I'm doing with asexuality is wonderful, even though they're asexual, they do stuff for asexuals as well. So that, I just think it's mutual respect. I think, there's no point in having a relationship based on untruths. Like, I actively say that I'm not going to be posting loads of LGBT stuff, because I'm going to be posting like asexual stuff far more. That doesn't mean to say I'm not going to do stuff with LGBT people or some videos on this channel about it, because I have friends, and obviously, like, people who are homoromantic asexual, they feel they fit into LGBT more because they are like attracted to the same gender. As a heteromantic, I don't feel that I fit in there, because I'm not gay, I'm not lesbian, I'm not bi. I'm not homoromantic. I'm not biromantic. I'm not panromantic. I'm literally hetero. Like, I like guys, but just don't want sex with them, basically. And so I just think it's nice that both of us respect each other and appreciate each other's work. And I think it's good that they've got a very nice voice in India. Particularly, I do know a lot of stuff like sex is still taboo. There's a lot of issues there with being gay. I mean, I think it's sad that a lot of people come over to the UK to hide their gayness. They're gay, asexual guy, and they feel they can't be themselves in their own country. And I do actually think it's quite sad that people get married for convenience. That's my personal opinion. I know lots of people would disagree, but I think if you're going to get married, it should just be for love, not to cover up being asexual, to cover up being gay, or to cover up being lesbian. I think everyone should be their true authentic self. Like my friend, my Indian friend, homoromantic friend, he is very himself. He's had to go through a lot of struggles, to be himself, because society doesn't respect that, and I think that's true of, a lot of people. If you're out about being asexual, maybe you had a hard time sometimes, about it, but it's worth it, isn't it, to be yourself and to be free, and to help others. I mean, my friend is helping others. Like, his heart is to help others. He's driven to help others. And I really respect him for that, really respect him. And he did say he'll come over to see me in the UK and we'll hang out together, which would be really, really nice. I just think we get on really well. I just think it would be very natural friendship. So that would be really, really good. I would look forward to that, because I don't fly in a plane, as you know, so I'm not really going to go over to India. I mean, I know there was once a guy that came to a business event that I went to. He was from India and he'd spent 14 hours on a plane. I can't even go on one without crying because I hate flying. So it'd be nice if he came over. But I just think, as a hyperromantic myself, I think the good thing, like I said, is he keeps saying the word friend, and he does have facial hair and not much hair on top, which really helps me not be aesthetically attracted to him. But his personality is very gorgeous, beautiful personality. And so, I think it went well, and we're both hyper romantic. We're both really romantic people. So it's very nice to have someone who understands me when I'm talking about romantic stuff, and when I'm talking about like kissing in public, and like holding hands in public, and just being free in that way. So it was really nice to get some enthusiastic support on that, and someone else who's also super romantic with guys himself. So, we're both talking about guys and being romantic with them, and like the looks of guys. I've told you before, with my guy friends who are into guys, or my non-binary best friend that's into guys, we end up talking about some of the same guys, like, aren't they good looking? But I do actually say the word hot sometimes, because there's kind of like this myth that, oh, if you're asexual, you can never find someone hot. Well, do you know what I mean? I find some guys hot as in aesthetically attractive, as in I want to snog their face off, not have sex with them. So it's just really nice to have someone who understands me like that. We understand each other very well, I think. And because we're both attracted to Indian guys, it helps, because we can both say, yay, let's try and eventually find our asexual Indian soulmate, and talk about romantic things we'd like to do with them and stuff like that. And so it's really good. I think we mutually support each other and understand each other in that way, and I thought it was a very beautiful thing. So I'm looking forward to developing and growing the friendship with them more. Hello, if you're watching this channel. And I just think overall I'm really, really happy. I mean, this friend took time out the other day when they had to write an article to actually put the article to one side to come and watch my live stream. So lots of love to my friend for that. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'm going to conclude it there. But yeah, it's really, really good. I just feel like my life's moving forward in wonderful ways. I've got a lot of training that I'm going through at the moment. So yeah, and I start back on the Asexual Guide to Sex book next month from the 1st of September. So I can't wait for that as well. I'm seeing my best asexual friend this Sunday in London. I can't wait for that. So it's really, really busy time at the moment. So yeah, on Sunday, they won't be a stream, I don't think, because I'm going to be in London. Liam, we need more people like you and your friend to get asexual out there and get it recognised as a legitimate orientation. Thank you, Liam. It's so lovely to still have you here. Yeah, I mean, I really, you know, I definitely want it to be recognised as a legitimate orientation. I mean, that's what I'm you know, like, I'm going to promote a lot with my Asexual Guide to Sex book, because, you know, that book's going to get through to a lot of people who aren't asexual as well as asexuals. You know, that people look at sex in a completely different way who are asexual. You know, all the people in the book have had sex, but it's the way we look at it is completely different, and we just don't need it by and large, you know, in broad terms. You know what I mean? I know some asexuals in the book are still having sex, others aren't and would never again. But you know, I think it's really important. But yeah, Liam, I'm definitely still on a mission to do that. I've started my erogenicity channel I created. I'm very nervous about doing that, but I think it's one of the very interesting ways and very, very scary but exciting ways at the same time that I can get asexuality recognised as a sexual orientation. I know it may sound very interesting and quite ironic, but I need to reach a global market, and that channel will be geared far more towards sexuals, but it will come from the point of view that I'm asexual and I can speak their language and get through to them. Then I'm won half the battle, you know, because heterosexuals are ones that we need to do a lot of work with still, because they still don't know about asexuality, you know. And so, you know, with that channel, I'm like, you know, I feel safe and secure in this channel. With that channel, I'm like, oh my God, it's so scary helping sexuals. Help me. Do I really want to do it? But I have to do it. You know, if I want to get asexual recognised as sexual orientation globally in its own right, I have to get through to sexuals. They have to categorically know and accept asexuality. And to do that, I have to speak their language. It's the only way to do it, you know? So, I'm definitely going to, you know, my mission is to get it recognised as a legitimate sexual orientation globally. I'm always going for that, you know, as a lifelong ambition. It's something I strive to every day. I think with the Asexual Guide to Sex book, it could literally throw it more that way. Like, people's eyes will be opened like they've never been opened before. I tell you, that book is just something else. And I can't wait to get it finished over the next couple of months. It'll be finished and it'll be getting it published this year. Before Christmas, it will be out for definite. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to love you for now. Thank you so much, Liam, for being here. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. I love you lots. And I'll see you on the next video live stream. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. And subscribe if you haven't already and you're new here. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live. Like now. Thank you, Liam. Take care. Lots of love, everyone. See you soon. Bye.